Hi, I'm Casey Hudson and I'm world building terrain for my Drifting Amalgams universe. Here's how I'm visualizing a sci-fi planet from adapted leopard and bat habitats. I've begun world building terrain for my Drifting Amalgams universe, and one of my fictional species is similar to Mexican free-tailed bats. So, I'm drawing ideas from their real-world habitats. The cave-based colonies of these bats house millions, and because of their insect diet, they prefer roosts near water. Plus, the insect attracting water is good for a quick drink. I'm thinking of the Mexican free-tailed bat like an evolutionary baseline, so I'm designing an extensive cave system, one that could accommodate a large colony. I'm also creating stretches of long grass plains. My fictional culture will use these for insect farming. As a nod to the bat's love of nearby water, I'm creating a series of connected rivers and streams. Running water formed from mountain runoff. Now that I've made some bat-friendly terrain, it's time for this species to meet their leopard-based neighbors. I'm world building terrain for my Drifting Amalgams universe, and I'm finding that there's more to terrain than just mountains and plains. Land masses are important, but so are the landform processes that shape that terrain. For my sci-fi world building, having a planet with an extensive mountain range means thinking about tectonic plates and land shifts. For the sake of narrative color and vivid plot lines, I like to think through how characters experience plate shifting and tectonics on the planet's surface. Are there earthquakes? Or maybe volcanoes? How often do these activities occur? Whether terrain is just part of the setting or a focal point of the story, the logic behind my world building choices can create a more intriguing and complex narrative. I'm world building terrain for my Drifting Amalgams universe, and I've started by looking at terrains here on Earth. Since my Pentaparty species are based loosely on leopards, I want to include leopard habitats in my planet build. Thankfully, leopard habitats are pretty diverse, including rainforests, grasslands, and deserts. Plus, as ambush predators, leopards prefer hunting grounds with ample hiding places, specifically places with thick vegetation as well as caves and rocky terrain. To align my planet of Barbadi with leopard habitats, I'm creating several large mountain ranges, but I'm making the mountains shorter than the ones on Earth to account for my fictional planet's gravity of 1.4 g. I'm also complementing the mountain ranges with long grass plains. With that, I have a quick and dirty terrain to begin an evolutionary baseline. Mountains and caves are a primary feature of the planet, which is showcased by a peninsular mountain range with a system of caves throughout them. There are several smaller mountain ranges dotting the continents, including a few that butt up against the ocean. Some have cliffs, ridges, and sheer drops, while others have a more gradual decline to the water. To ensure that the Pentaparty's primal instinct as ambush hunter is honored, I'll complement many of the mountain ranges with stretches of long grass plains. And to accommodate mountain runoff, I'll create a series of connected rivers and streams that run through the grasslands. In line with the idea that only one of the dominant species depends heavily on fresh water, larger bodies of fresh water will not be present. The perfect planet for adapted leopards and bats. Until next time, keep creating.